Sally?
I'd say she's got her doughboy on her mind.
You haven't heard from him yet?
And the war's been over for months.
Oh, he'll show up, darling. There's still a lot of them finishing up over there.
But why hasn't he written?
They're busy getting things wrapped up over there, honey, so they can bring them all home.
Thanks for trying to cheer me up, Sophie, but I just won't know what to do with myself until Joey gets back.
Oh, sure you will, Sal. We'll have a busy night, and before you know it, the time will pass. Just put a smile on your face. Little girlie, you look sad. I'm afraid you're feeling bad. He did his leaving, but stop your grieving. Little girl, he don't want you to feel blue, for it's not the thing to do. It'll soon be over. Then he'll come marching back to you. Smile and show your dimple. You'll find it's very simple. You can think of something comical in a very little while. Chase away the wrinkle. Sprinkle just a twinkle. Light your face up. Just brace up and smile.
Thanks, Danny. You're swell.
Well, be that as it may, I haven't seen a smile on your face yet.
I just don't know if I have a smile in me, Danny.
Little girlie, don't you know that your pearly teeth will show if you start smiling? So keep on smiling. Little girl, you can cut your cares in half. If you'd only try to laugh, look into my camera. I'm going to take your photograph. Smile and show your dimple. You'll find it's very simple. You can think of something comical in a very little while. Chase away the wrinkle. Sprinkle just a twinkle. Light your face up. Just brace up and smile.
Thanks, Danny. I guess if you can keep your spirits up with the Prohibition coming,
One depressed person at a time, dearie. That's the ticket.
I don't know how long it'll last.
If I was able to put a smile on your face for just a few seconds, then that's a few seconds the angels in your heart had their way with you. And that's a lovely infection, son. Now, you just put your faith in those angels and go about your work. Before the night is over, the little heart of yours will be ready for anything this world has to throw at it. Light your face up, just brace up and smile.
You're such a romantic, Danny.
I bet I am, Sophie. The world I live in made me that way.
I'd love to live in the world you live in, Danny.
Looks like we got paying company, ladies.
Hi, Danny.
Hello, Tony Dower also. What it be?
Send me a mug of sun.
Mickey and Minnie Brannigan. Who is watching the grandkids?
Our kiddies, I hope. Me and Mrs. are taking a grand folks night out.
And grand folks never walk the face of the earth. What it be?
Send over a tankard of ale and lemonade for the little missus.
Usual, eh? Take these over to Sophie.
I'm on my way.
Sally, I see Bill Goldschmidt and his gang settling in at his table. Take them up some brews.
I'm taking their mugs up right now, Danny.
Land of God. Looks like all the good folk were here early. What's a tavern? I thought it was regular gang. Cheers! 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 Cheers!
Are we? Are we? Are we? You see? You see? You see? You see? We sing and smoke, we live life early. No matter the weather, when we get together, we'll have a jubilee. Hail, hail.
Bill?
Here's to Danny, the best barkeep in New York City. The neighborhood that never ends.
Today! Did you miss me, Sophie?
I don't know, Tony. Were you gone?
I've been down at the union meetings for the past few weekends. We're doing some important work. I'm moving into a position where I can do some real good. We're changing things for working people, Sophie.
Good for you.
You mean you didn't even know I wasn't here?
Sorry, Tony. You're here now. Isn't that the important thing?
Well, I guess. What about that night under the Brooklyn Bridge? And that evening in Central Park? And that afternoon in Times Square? And what about that morning after we had breakfast at Barbados? We did a lot of kissing, Sophie.
Didn't you like it?
Well, of course I liked it, and I want to do a lot more of it, too.
Then I don't see that you have anything to complain about.
You mean you don't even feel a little ache whenever I'm gone?
No. I mean, I like it and all, but I'm not crazy about heartache. I tried it once and I didn't care for it.
What do you mean?
I don't want to end up like Sally over there. Her doughboy is still somewhere over in Europe. She's going through a world of hurt.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, she's missing her boy.
And you ain't missing your boy.
I didn't care for that.
How can you keep from missing your boy?
I can keep from missing my boy because I have several.
Several? I thought I was your one and only.
No one can be my one and only, Tony.
Well, you're my one and only.
No, I'm not.
Then what are you to me, Sophie? I gotta know.
It's hard to be true to one when I'm not built that way. I may promise, but it's 2 to 1. Before the week is out, I'll stray. But frankness is 2 to 1. Who craves my every kiss? So I make it plain in my refrain that the best I can do is this. I might be your once in a while. I might see you once in a while, but I can't be true to you or you or you. I can't be your all the time, your forever and ever, but maybe your once in a while will do. My heart beats neutrality, but still some say I'm not. Think of that when in reality I have a heart for everyone. I fear its locality may change from day to day. It is everywhere, now here, now there, which is why I'm obliged to say I might be your once in a while. I might see you once in a while, but I can't be true to you or you or you. I can't be your all the time, your ever and ever, but maybe your once in a while will do.
You know, one of these days I'll be gone, Sophie, and you'll never see me again. Have you ever thought about that?
I try not to think at all, Tony. Keeps life uncomplicated.
Leave her alone, Tony. We got bigger problems. Has anybody thought about the fact that our watering hole will be closed come the 1st of next year?
That's not likely, Bill. Somebody will do something before that happens. I mean, what are they going to do? Outlaw liquor in the whole United States? That's just downright un-American.
Prohibition's been ratified. That means it'll be the law.
What plans have you made, Danny? I mean, they can't really close us down, can they?
Looks like it, Terry.
So they can't make booze or they can't sell it.
We can't do neither. You'll have to find something else to do with your time.
Like what?
I don't know.
What will we drink then? Cough syrup?
I don't know.
Looks like what we got here is a real moral dilemma here.
of prohibition and what they'll drink when everything is dry. How are you going to get around this new condition and keep a happy twinkle in your eye? It's very easy now to get a drink, but tell me, did you ever stop and think? How are you going to wet your whistle when the whole darn world goes dry? What are you going to do in the morning when you need a nip to open up your eye? Now what of the wedding and the christening, or the week when your dear friends die? Oh, how are you going to wet your whistle when the whole darn world goes dry? Never again will any man be late for dinner. Never will he miss the Parker tea. All the fleshy boys are fading from much thinner, and everyone will be a candy fiend if they pack the sort of fountains to the doors and turn the bars all into dry goods stores.
How are you going to wet your whistle when the whole darn world goes dry? What are you going to do in the morning when you need a nip to open up your eye? The poor bartenders will be worrying about a rain counting job in July. Oh, how are you going to wet your whistle when the whole darn world goes dry?
Hold it, hold it, hold it. Am I the only one here who's tired of this ragtime? Ragtime this, ragtime that.
Mickey, sit down. We're trying to enjoy the number.
But it's just so complicated. Who can follow any of that?
Join the 20th century like everybody else, you old blarney slinger.
Just a minute. Am I the only one here who likes the old songs, simple and to the heart?
I'm with you, Nick.
Yeah, I like a simple tune once in a while.
Sure, I like a simple tune too, but what's wrong with mixing it up?
Won't you play a simple melody?
The different ways of nowadays all set my brain a whirl. They're not the kind of songs they sang when mother was a girl. Your spoony rags and broody drags all make my poor heart ache. Bring back the rhymes of olden times, just for old time's sake. You play a simple melody, like my mother sang to me. One with good old-fashioned
classes tonight after we close? I can never keep track.
I think so, but let me do it.
No, I was just asking. If it's my turn, I'll do it.
I need something to keep my mind off of everything outside the tavern.
If you think it'll help you forget.
Nothing will help me forget. It'll just keep me occupied.
Tell you what, I'll help you. I don't mind being occupied. When the morn bids me rise and I open my eyes, I begin with a sweet thought of you. Then the rest of the day, while at work or at play, I'm thinking, just thinking of you. How can I forget when there's so much to remember? Your smiling face, your fond embrace, your voice so sweet and tender. After all these years, I'm afraid I love you yet. When there's so much to remember, how can I forget? How can I forget?
Dear Joey, it's me, Sally. How are things with you? Things are good here. My folks want me to tell you hi. Dad's still laid up from his injury at work, so I'm working at a tavern to help out. But there's a prohibition coming pretty soon, so I'll be looking for a new job. Why won't you write back, Joey?
How can I forget when there's so much to remember? Your smiling face, your fond embrace, your voice so sweet and tender. After all these years, I'm afraid I love you yet. When there's so much to remember, how can I forget?
Donnez-moi quelqu'un à pouce.
I hope you were asking for directions to the privy, young lady, because it's not right for the distaff side to park their massa on a bar stool in this tavern. The room's back there. You can take your place at one of the tables when you're done.
I am Marie Latour. Paris showgirl extraordinaire.
Give us a dance.
Dance? It looks like she can barely stand up.
Sally, take her to that small table in the back there.
Silence les verres.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. I was the only one who heard. I don't mind. My daddy has guests all the time, too.
What's her story?
I've heard about her. She was a showgirl for the Moulin Rouge in Paris. She came to the U.S. to join the Ziegfeld Follies, but they wouldn't give her a spot.
You mean she came to New York without knowing whether she'd be able to get a job or not?
I'm not sure. Maybe she did. Maybe she got here and she wasn't what they expected.
You think she has trouble with too much imbibing?
What does it look like to you?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the entrance of Big Bob Badinsky, New York City detective. On the hunt for low-down crooks, hooligans, and petty thieves.
You be careful about what you're saying about my clientele, Big Bob.
Won't be long, bartender man, till anyone selling or taking a drink will be a criminal. You've got until January 1 to live it up, you ne'er-do-wells.
Come on, Big Bob. Folks been enjoying this tavern since the last century. Good, law-abiding folks. You got no call to trouble us.
Law-abiding folks, huh? Well, I got word from the precinct that there's been criminal activity going in and out of this joint for the past 2 weeks. I've come to sniff it out and squash it.
Criminal activity. Here? I know all my patrons, Badinsky, and you're not speaking the truth.
I give you all fair warning. If you think you can shop in nefarious transport and traffic iniquitous enterprise in the final days of this ill-fated establishment, you'll be looking at the inside of a cell, courtesy of Detective Big Bob Badinsky. And I put you on notice, barkeep. Come January 1st, you'll not engage in the newly illicit trade of the demon rum or any other felonious activity. Are we clear?
Leave Danny alone, Big Bob. He's got enough trouble without your threats. He's out of a job when Prohibition turns law.
Then he should be spending his time learning a new trade.
And what do you propose he take on as a new profession?
I don't care. Maybe he should become a preacher.
Danny would make a fine preacher.
Trouble is, I won't be able to make a living working only 1 day a week.
When Prohibition becomes law, it'll be Sunday 7 days a week, Pastor Danny. Mr. Prohibition says John Barleycorn must go. He must fly off with Old Crow and the other brands we know. Old John has been championing for years beyond a doubt, but now it looks as if they'll count him out. Soon clubs and Simpson will be out of date. When Prohibition comes, they'll get the gate.
Goodbye, hunter, so long, Scotch. Farewell, Hig and Hay. Oh, my darling old friend, they will soon take you away. At the table to hope with Lola, they will serve us Coca-Cola. No more saying, let me by. No more coming through the ride. Oh, Manhattan and Martini have received the big subpoena. Every day Sunday when the town goes dry.
When the town goes dry, a woman can't drive you to drink. If she does, just stop and think. She will drive you to the sink. Rich red women who have champagne on the brain will have it with the accent on the pain. When Prohibition knocks upon our door, old Mr. Bromo Seltzer will be sore. Goodbye, hunter, so long, Scotch. Farewell, Hig and Hay. Oh, my little glass of brew, they are handing it to you. No more will you see the slackers flirting with their cheese and crackers. No more saying, just one more. No more nightcap, no side door. Then the hat you wear on Sunday won't be too small for you Monday. Every day will be Sunday when the town goes dry. Every day will be Sunday when the town goes dry.
So everyone stay honest in here, or you'll enter the Big Bob Badinsky. I haven't seen you around here before, have I?
I give up. Have you?
You seem, suspicious to me.
You're a gullible little boy. Everyone seems suspicious to you.
You like to pick fights, don't you, Frenchie?
If I did, I would pick a more worthy adversary.
Doloroso,
He was my dad. Right.
Well, what's his name?
Tony. Tony De La Rosa.
Yeah, your old man was a lawyer. A lot of young cops on the beat don't know about your old man, Tony, but he made the job of all of us in law enforcement a lot easier.
That was my pop, all right.
You a lawyer too?
No. Actually, I work in a shipyard.
You don't say. Franco De La Rosa. He was a good man. When Teddy Roosevelt left as police commissioner, a lot of folks thought there was still corruption on the force. Back then, all we cops wanted was a balance, no special favors. Franco De La Rosa got that for us. He got a bum rap, and I don't care who knows that I think so.
What was that all about?
Usted trouble toilets?
I beg your pardon.
It is now separated. Privies that are required.
Back there.
Where will I the Rosier Bidet.
Huh? Oh, we just used your newspaper on the sink back there. You'll need to flush twice.
Do you think she'll be all right?
I've never seen a woman put away so much cheap wine in one evening before.
Have you ever seen anyone dressed quite like that before?
She does show some la jambe, no?
Ooh, you know French, Bill?
Oui. I did my tour over there.
Sophie says that lassie used to be a French showgirl.
That explains the outfit. What's she doing in New York?
Poor kid came here to try to get into Ziegfeld Follies, but couldn't get a spot.
Why couldn't she get in? I mean, if she was a French showgirl, you would think she'd be a cinch.
I don't know.
I know.
Well, what was it?
Maybe I shouldn't say. It was a terrible scandal.
You can't say something like that and not tell us.
It really isn't for ladies' ears.
Tell us!
It all started with an American soldier.
What American soldier?
His name was, Johnny. That's it, Johnny.
Well, what happened, Bill?
There was a little, back and forth, if you know what I mean.
No. What do you mean?
Come on, don't make me say it. There was a little,
What's that supposed to represent?
you know.
Oh, I'm afraid you're going to need to spill it out for us, Bill.
Poor Johnny's heart went pity-pity-pat somewhere in sunny France. He met a girl by chance with a naughty glance. She looked just like a kitty cat. She loved to dance and play. Though he learned no French when he left the trench, he knew well enough to say, Oui, Marie, will you do this for me? Oui, Marie. And I'll do that for you. I love your eyes, they make me feel so spoony. You drive me loony, you're teasing me. Why can't we parlez-vous like other sweethearts do? I want a kiss or two from my chérie. Oui, Marie, will you do this for me? And I'll do that for you. Oui, Marie.
Gee, Bill, that doesn't sound so bad.
Morning, Rooster Girl. Have you no imagination?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like she did anything bad enough to make her leave France. Yeah, we'll have to do better than that, Bill.
They walked along the Bully Boulevard. He whispered, "Are you for me?" One day in gay Paris, I'll make you marry me. Just then a bunch of bully boys threw kisses on the sly. But Marie got wise when they rolled their eyes. They
about dancing sometime, Sophie.
What are you up to?
Oh, nothing, just talking about dancing.
Why don't you take Sally dancing if you're just talking about dancing?
Ah, Sally's a homebody. She wouldn't want to go dancing.
What are you talking about, Tony? Joey and I go out dancing all the time. I know all the latest dances. I can show you a thing or two. When the 1920s come roaring, then you'll be set.
Wait a minute. So you know all the latest dances? How's that?
I reside in a busy street, cabarets on every side. I have tried to control my feet, but I can't unless they're tied. When I make up my baby mind, and it's time to breathe, I wake in the street to find that I'm dancing in my sleep. I gotta dance when I hear music calling to me. I just adore the crowd around the floor. When I'm all through with one dance and we sit down to have talk, another tune seems to softly whisper, get up and walk. Won't you stop the captivating, beautiful tune? For if you don't, or if you won't, I don't know what I'll do. I'd run away from each modulation, but I'm such a slave to syncopation, and I gotta dance until the orchestra gets through.
I gotta dance.
I gotta dance,
I gotta dance when I hear music calling to me.
calling to me.
I just adore to glide around the floor. And when I'm all through with one dance and we sit down to have a talk, another tune seems to softly whisper, get up and walk. Won't you stop? Won't you stop the captivating, beautiful tune? Or if you don't, or if you won't, I don't know what I'll do.
I run away from each modulation, but I'm such a slave to syncopation that I gotta dance until the orchestra gets through.
I gotta dance.
I gotta dance when I hear music calling to me. I just adore
to glide around the floor.
And when I'm all through with one dance and we sit down to have a talk, another tune seems to softly whisper, get up and walk. Won't you stop the captivating, beautiful tune. For if you don't, or if you want, I don't know what I'll do. I run away from each modulation, but I'm such a slave to syncopation that I've gotta dance till the orchestra gets through.
Well, that little girlie turned out to be just the firecracker this place needed.
She's a firecracker, all right. My ears are still ringing.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy.
Someone left their newspaper in the wrong spot.
I'll pour some coffee.
Coffee won't get me where I want to go.
Wine won't get you there either.
It's worse than lying.
Walk off for right now, Sal. Why don't you stay with her for a bit?
Sure, Danny.
This world is not a place to live.
It's the only place we got.
I wonder.
Why did you leave Paris, if you don't mind my asking?
The Moulin Rouge, the Follies, it was all the same. We cannot keep you in the kick line if you hold back. That's what they said. That was my curse. I hold back.
You certainly haven't held back tonight.
I have nothing left to lose. Is that our world? We can only get what we want when we have nothing left to lose? Have you ever been to that place? We have nothing to lose?
I have plenty to lose, I'm afraid.
Let's leave this place.
Oh, my shift's not over.
I don't mean this tavern. I mean this world.
That's not possible.
It has to be possible. with me. Hello, everybody. I have come to take you back with me to the land of liberty. Hey, oh no, you make believe you're free. But from here it's not so far. Little kids of paradise, come with me to the sky. Come to the moon, come to the moon. I lead the way to spoonland. Let us let troubles vanish like bubbles. Each twinkling star has grown so lamuta-covered. Rents are so high, come to the skies. I can't get back too soon. Life there is sweet, happiness complete. So come with me up to the moon. Come to the moon, come to the moon. I'll lead the way to spoonland. Let troubles vanish like bubbles. Each twinkling star has her own lamuta-covered. Rents are so high, come to the skies. I can't get back too soon. Life there is sweet, happiness complete. So come with me up to the
Let's have a seat.
No, that was my farewell. Look for me where there's nothing left to lose.
Well, that put a damper on the evening.
It makes you think.
Things look pretty grim.
New centuries brought us new troubles.
The rich get richer, and the poor get poorer.
Yeah, and the children don't respect their parents like they used to.
Everybody seems to be out for their own self.
Seems like no one appreciates the sacrifices that were made in the war.
The good old days are gone.
No, the good old days are here.
It's hard to see that.
Well, that's because you're too close to it. I remember a time before there was a telephone.
That's hard to imagine.
That's because you grew up with it.
Those things are a nuisance. There was a time when people talked to each other, face to face. Oh, now, we talk for a while.
I'm afraid that's not going to change, Mickey.
Do you remember when we had gaslight?
Ah, smoky old things.
Do you remember New Year's Eve 1880, Mickey? We went to New Jersey to see the first demonstration of electric lights over Menlo Park. They lit up the place for hours. We never saw anything like that. It was magic.
It was just light.
I guess it would seem that way to a young girl like you.
I remember when you had to watch your step or you might step in it. You don't see any horse-drawn carriages on the street anymore.
I don't miss those days.
Automobiles are so smelly.
Are you forgetting the smell of the horses?
Yeah, at least that was a real smell. The stuff coming out of those automobiles can't be good for you.
We still have the bandstand down in Central Park.
Ah, yes. And we still have the band.
We have the best band in the land, Papa.
Oh, my honey.
Yes?
Oh, my honey.
What?
But hurry, let's be and ain't you going?
Where are you going?
Ain't you going?
Where are you going?
To the leader man.
The ragged
money from working down at the shipyard to take your Lucy out on the town.
Not much of the town, he don't.
Ah, come on, Lucy. We're here, ain't we?
Big spenders, one drink and then we're off to my folks' house.
What about all the times you wanted me to come to your house to meet your parents?
That was simply etiquette, you big galoot. Now that you've met them, you're not supposed to keep meeting them. Johnny Gray, you have no sense of romance at all. You take a girl out thinking you need to make her feel special.
Oh, Lucy, you know I can't afford to make you feel special.
It don't take no extra amount of spending money to make a girl feel special. A penny for a flower at the fingers. And for satisfaction, you don't have to take a girl to a big Broadway musical for $4, but you can escort her to a vaudeville show that you both will enjoy for a mere 6 bits. Or for 17 cents, we can be at the movies all night.
We can't do nothing in there.
That ain't romantic, Johnny.
That was pretty good, Luce. You could be an advice columnist, a real Beatrice Fairfax.
Yeah, I have an act.
Absolutely. You can make millions.
And then she can take me to the movies.
Nah, Johnny, that wouldn't be right. You spend your money, you reap the rewards.
What rewards?
He's hopeless.
Imagine, you're at the movies, you're with your girlie, it's dark, no one can see you, and you can't see nobody else. It's just you, Lucy, and the popcorn. Douglas Fairbanks has just released Mary Pickford from his embrace. They're gazing into each other's eyes. You're sitting next to Lucy. Now, what are you thinking?
How can I afford popcorn?
You do need some advice from Beatrice Fairfax. But you gotta know what questions to ask, Johnny. Allow us to help.
Lucy, you're no Beatrice Fairfax. You're a written clerk at Wanamaker's.
Johnny, these people are going a long way to educate you. Now play along.
Beatrice Fairfax gives advice to anyone in love. That's why Johnny Gray wrote to her one day. When I call to love my girl, her folks are always there. That's why I'm blue. Oh, what shall I do? And Beatrice said never despair. Take your girlie to the movies if you can't make love at home. There's a little brother there who always screams. You can say an awful lot in 7 reads. Take your lessons at the movies and have love scenes of your own. Though she's just a simple little ribbon clerk, close your eyes and think you're kissing Billy Burke. Take your girlie to the movies if you can't make love at home. Sweethearts always used to spoon in a big Morris chair. Young folks of today have a different way. Far away from cranky dad and mother's evil eye. Here's how it's done. It's lots of fun, so go on and give it a try. Take your girlie to the movies if you can't make love at home. Pick a cozy corner where it's nice and dark. Don't catch your friends like kissing in the park. Take your lessons at the movies and have love scenes of your own. Though she's just a simple little ribbon clerk, close your eyes and think you're kissing Billy Burke. Take your girlie to the movies if you can't make love at home.
What'd you say, Johnny?
Let's go to the movies.
Well, that's one thing we can do during the Prohibition. Population explosion!
Hey there, Della Rosa.
Big Bob?
It happened, Tony.
What do you mean?
There was trouble at the shipyard tonight. Didn't you say you worked down there?
Well, I don't know about any trouble.
A bunch of those union organizers were getting ready for a midnight meeting. They had something of a scuffle with the police when they showed up. Turns out one of the organizers was working out of this place. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I'm about a half step ahead of the labor union squad, kid. They'll be here to get you any time now. Franco Della Rosa's kid. A troublemaker. Who would have thought it?
You didn't mind it when my pop was a troublemaker for your cause. This is the same. The guys with all the money inconvenienced you guys, that's all. The system may have made your life hard, but down at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, 150 people burned to death because of the system. Rich, greedy industrialists are getting rich by having little kids work in their factories. We're not trying to get special treatment. All we're trying to do is set a balance. It's what Pop would have wanted.
I'm getting ready to walk out of here. You never saw me. What I will do is ask this little lady over here if she saw you in here tonight.
Not tonight, I didn't. He ain't been here for weeks.
No sense in me staying there. I'll just go on down to the shipyard and check in with the chief. After that, I'll go over to the train station, where they're looking for organizers who might be trying to leave the city. Tomorrow, they'll have a man watching the ferry. Not tonight, though. Not much of a chance that someone would try to get out of town on the ferry tonight.
What are you gonna do, Tony?
They warned us something like this might happen. I'll take the ferry over to Staten Island. I'll be somewhere so I can keep working for the cause.
So you'll be living on the island?
No. They'll send me out of state. I'll be in another state until I can get back here.
When will that be?
I don't know. When the trouble's over, I guess.
The trouble will never be over, Tony.
I better get out of here. So long, pal.
I might never see you again.
Yeah, that's tough. But you got plenty of fellas to keep you company in here.
None of them are you, Tony.
Yeah, but what was I?
Were you right?
I can't make any promises.
It won't be the same not seeing you.
It won't be forever, pal.
Tony leaving for the night already?
No, he's gone for good.
For good?
I just let the bravest, most decent man I know walk out of my life.
It'll be alright.
What do you know? I didn't mean to be stupid, Sally. I'm just hurting. I didn't even get to say a proper goodbye. Now won't you listen, honey, while I say, how could you tell me that you're going
Last call.
Things are slowing down now, Danny. Mind if I start washing the glasses?
Sure, little lady.
My problem was, I never had a plan.
Joey and I had a plan.
Yeah? What was it?
You know, marriage, kids, a simple life, but a full one.
Sounds like a great plan.
I guess as long as I stick to our plan, I'll have hope.
As I wash my glasses, I'll be following a plan till I see the greatness in every pen and pen. I am sure this point of view will ease the daily grind, so I'll keep repeating in my mind. Look for the silver lining. Whenever a cloud appears in the blue, remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Please don't be offended if I put you off. Tears are out of place in eyes that were meant to smile. There's a way to make your very big and strong small. So here's the big secret, and I'll look for the silver lining whenever a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. That's the last of the Tin Pan Alley service for tonight, friends. But here's to the lucky couple. May you always find work for your hands to do. May your pocket hold always a coin or two. May the sun shine bright on your window pane. May a rainbow be certain to follow each rain. May the hand of a friend always be near you. And may God fill your heart with gladness to cheer you. Cheers!
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I was waiting for the ferry, and well, I thought if I was going away for a long time, I knew I had to ask. Will you come with me?
I don't know. I can't leave Danny now.
Go with him, girl.
Then yes, let's go.
Well, don't you want to know where we're going?
I'm ready for some adventure.
Looks like you'll be short-handed for a while, Danny. Don't worry, I'll stay on until you can find more help.
Nah, Terry. It's time I started winding down the business of the tavern. It's not long I'll need to find new employment myself.
I can't imagine this place not being here. That's not right, Danny.
I'm sure it is, lassie. Every day brings something new. I started this business, I'll have another.
How can you be so sure?
It's the world I live in. It's the world I've always lived in. I may not have all the money in the world, but I can use my hands and my back to make a life. To make the world a better place. You don't know this, but I started as a street vendor, right here on the sidewalks of New York. And anything can happen in the neighborhood that never ends. East side, west side, all around the town, the tots say